ክቡራት ተዓዘብቲ ፈርስት ላቭ ቻነል ከምቲ ፕሮሚስ ዳተና ያቀድማ ቢልና ናይ መንእሰያት ክንጅምር ኢና ኢልና ነርና እንዚያ ቻነል ካን መጀመርታ ጊዜ ናይ መንእሰያት ከት ፕሮግራም ፈልያ ብዛዕባ መንእሰያት ዝድህስስ ብዛዕባ ናይ መንእሰያት ፀገማትን ብዛዕባ ናይ መንእሰያት ፕሮግረስን ኣብዛ ዓዲ ንገብሮ ኩሉ ነገራትን ዝድህስስ መደባት ክትዳሉ ካብ ሎሚ ናይ መፈለምታ ንጅምር ኣለና I hope ናትኩም ጽንዕ ክስታይ ካኒ ምድጋፍ ከም ድህልወና አይነ ጠራጠርኒና ሓውኹም ኣማን ከሰቴ ካብ በርሚንግሃም ናይዚ ቻነል ዚ ሆስት ክኸውን መብዛሕትዋን ብዝተፈላለዩ ግን ምናልባት ካልኦትን ደዳልዎ ኹኑ ስለዝኽእሉ ኣብቲ ናይ ዩዝ ሚኒስትሪ ስለዘሎ ማለት እዩ ሎም መዓንቲ ክልተ ዕዱማት ሒዘልኩም ቀሪበ ኣለኹ ንሳቶም ከዓ ጽኒሕ ኢሎም ዕድል ክወሜ ምስ ገዛ ርእሶም ከላሊና እዮም ብዛዕባ እንታይ ቶፒክ ከም ንዛረቡን would you like to introduce yourself?
Well, my name is Thomas Akhlilu. I live in Birmingham and I'm currently a student that is in year 13 and that next year is ready to go to university.
Yeah, my name is Adonai J. Joseph. Currently living in Birmingham. I'm working full-time.
Great. لو ما عندي نزاربلو topic well ناي بزحات من إسات favorite دهونا topic كم تخونا يتراترن we're gonna be talking about social media and بزعبا ناتو تقمتاتو and also بزحت سب دي زاربلو ويكا بزح سب aware دي كونه نجارات نسخاني اتناتو side effect ويكا اتناتو addiction بزبل رئيس RSD حزنا خنزار عربينا نسن كاني بشدشته ነገራት ፈሊና ያለና ሶሻል ሚዲያ ጠቃሚ ድዩ አይኮነን ንዓና ዝብል and also ብዛዕባ ናይ ሶሻል ሚዲያ addiction ወናሎ እዚ addiction ድዩ ንዓናስ addict ክንከውን ንኽእል ዲና ብዛዕባ ናይ ሶሻል ሚዲያ ድብልዩ ሳልሳይ ከኣኒ ድሕር addict ኮይኑ addiction ኮይኑ እትናቱ symptoms ብዛዕባው እንታይ ዓይነት symptoms ይደልዎ and also how does affect our mental well-being as well بزعبا نايت عننا أمراوت عننا what is social media addiction result خاني ندحر addiction كوينو خاني result جدا لو نابقى نجار دسعوبة نجارات دسعوبة تنقطات لنا ونكرينا and also خاني more that too how can we come out from addiction to مفتحيناتو نبلو خاني كنزار رولينا مالتي زين مجمرة تاخد جمرة دليل له زعبا social media Is it beneficial? How is it? أبتناي منسيات represents لتجبرو كمنسيات متى نايم social media دلك كتوماس حوي الرأي خانتاي. Is it أمر يوتيوب لو way good at you? How do you see it?
Well, you see, I believe that social media has two sides. It has a positive side and it also has a negative side. Mm-hmm. So first of all, if that betty positive jamire. I would say, you know, social media give you and others the opportunity, you know, to get to know new people, to know the information around you about news and etc. And the negative side, I would say, is that, you know, once a person get into social media, it's a bit hard to get out of it. And I'm speaking about this because of experience.
Okay.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. Before I used to be addicted to social media, I used to be on my phone every time, and you know, I didn't spend time with my family. And you see, as you start growing, you start realizing that one day you leave your family. You know, it's not like you're gonna live with them forever. You're gonna have your own life, your own house, your own properties, your own family. So you know, what I believe is that you should start spending more time with your family instead of spending it on a phone or like any device, to be honest, because you know you don't know who's the person that you're speaking behind, and that's one of the problem nowadays with our society. You know, they think that they can have friends on social media, which is it's true, you can, but family is more important. You know, the love in the social media is not there, but in family, you know, my mom always says this to me: love starts from your family. You know. It starts in your house. It doesn't start out there. So, you know, that's what.
So, this is the side effects that about you were talking about.
Yeah.
And and then I like that because it is from a personal experience
Yeah.
that you have to go, you went through it, and now that you're sharing.
Yeah.
So you're saying, is it the negative or positive of it higher? You'd say, do we benefit more, or do we lose a lot? On the
Well, I
side?
would say that we lose more. You know, it's not that much that you gain, to be honest. You know, I made friends on social media, but nowadays I don't speak to them anymore. No friends, no nothing.
Yeah, same.
You know, it's just like some temporary thing. It's not like something that.
But
is,
you
you know,
can also ask, like, what's the purpose of socializing?
yeah.
Okay.
Is it only to get friends, or to meet new people, and then what's the purpose of that?
Yeah.
Because most of the times I think you get in social media and then it's like an unlimitless space that you can float on, and it's not, there's no limits. You can be there like for 24 hours if you want to, but if you understand the purpose, if you understand the purpose of socializing or the reason why you are there, then it would be more beneficial than if you just go into it because everyone is doing it.
I like the fact that you said it's a big thing that you got in it. You can spend as much time as you want, because with social learning, for example, the facts that I was doing research, 2 billion people use it worldwide. So if you're looking for friends, you can find unlimited friends that you can spend the whole your life. You will never finish these people. You will never reach them. But the purpose is what you're going there is more important.
Yeah, because
Okay.
that makes you like to have boundaries. If you just go in there and do what they demand from you to do, then where are the boundaries? So yeah.
Can we make it clear? When we say social media, maybe to تعذبتنا, when we say social media, what specific websites that we're talking about?
Well,
The most popular
that's
ones.
a great question. I would even say, websites. I would rather say apps.
Okay.
So, nowadays, speaking from my generation, most of the apps that we use nowadays are TikTok, which is one
I've heard of that.
yeah, which is one of the main
Monkey
ones. Yeah, Monkey app, where people get to know each other, but, as
10
our brother
seconds
said,
to
yeah, you get 10 seconds to get to know the person, and if you like the person, what you do, you add 1 minute more, so they can carry on and having a conversation with them. So one is TikTok, the other one is the Monkey app, the third one, but not third actually, is Snapchat.
Okay.
Snapchat is one of the most, hot, popular, famous, that are popping out, worldwide. And how can you forget it? Instagram too.
Yeah. Oh,
Instagram too, yeah. But
I've got a fact here. I was shocked about it. 700 million images upload on Instagram every day. 700 million.
That's a lot.
yeah, that's just
Imagine 700 million images a day in 24 hours. So it's quite shocking number when I came across to it. So this TikTok, and I've never even heard. I've seen it on apps, but I didn't think it was that popular nowadays.
TikTok?
But
Yeah,
TikTok is more for teenagers.
it's more for teenagers, not for
Okay.
adults. But when I say because you got two different parts, you got adults and teenagers, right? So when I think about adults, no offense, Facebook allo, Twitter allo, gelello, mister. Then us teenagers is more, Snapchat, Instagram, all them kind of things. And then plus, no offense to our Habesha people out there, even Viberka, you thought while. So it's like we have a mad one still. You get what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say بزح حبرتسمنا. I think Viber.
Yeah.
Style. But I think Viber, it has a lot. It's beneficial, I would say, because you can use it to connect with people, to call people, and but my main concern is the top three ones: Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. That was my top three, and from my personal experience, and recently, because when I found out I was doing it too much, I decided to cut down, and I had to find a way. We will discuss about it later on. What about, so we said it has a positive and negative side of it. Yeah, it depends what you go in, what you using it, what purpose you using it, which is very good one. What about, is it addicted though? That's a good question, I would say, because I didn't know it was. Well, recently I discovered it, but I wanted to find out from you first. Can someone be addicted?
Yeah, I believe in a certain point it can be very addictive because if you spend like hours a day on social media, then you know you don't have any other things to do, because any addiction or it has to need your attention, and what you give the attention the most to is the thing that you are probably addicted to. So if you, most of the days, if you are on social media, then I don't know what the real facts are, but I think if it's like, I think you said every 20 minutes, if you are on your phone, then probably you're addicted to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, social media can be very addictive.
Yeah. And Tommy?
Well, the question is, can social media be addictive, right?
Yeah.
Well, look, people, you know, they get their phone or they get into their specific app for like what they think. Oh, I'm just gonna, text my friend for 2 minutes and then I'm gonna be okay. But then that 2 minutes it turns into 2 hours. So you get what I mean? So nugo jummaru later would do.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a, it's concerning, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because as I said before, like, when you get addicted to it, you don't realize that you're getting addicted to it. You need someone else to tell you that, you need to stop, getting on the like 24/7.
Yeah, but when do you know that you're addicted? At what point?
When do I know? So, okay, example. I knew that I was addicted when I went to Italy. So, example, my mom lives in Italy. She doesn't live here. So, what I'm supposed to do is go there, spend time with her, right? But when I went there with Italy, well, I was supposed to share the love, spend good times together and everything. I was speaking with my friends that were here. So then me and my mom have a great chat about it. She was like, listen, you need to stop, you need to cut it. Like, you're spending too much time. I would spend hours and hours and hours. And I wouldn't realize. But, sometime, people need to learn the harsher way. So, like, what my mom done was she took my phone for a day. And, I wanted to try if I could go or, like, for it or not. And in that day, I could tell you truly and honestly, I felt like I was just, lost, because I didn't have it on me. You get it? Because, even my fingers were like asking, yo, Tommy, where's your phone? But, after numerous times, several times that I tried it, now, I live a good life. So, you got to balance. You got to have time for, texting friends and family. You got time to do your work, and you also got to give time to your family and your friends. That's what I believe.
And also I would say, because from my experience, it was, even though I knew that I need to stop it at some point, but I can't. Does it make sense to you? I want to do something else. For example, I want to study, I want to read a book. And I make a plan tomorrow, at least I have to read an hour or certain pages. Because social media, I wouldn't have reached that. Do you know what I mean? I knew that I was going too far, but I couldn't stop it. At that point, I understood that I was addicted to it. Because I couldn't have control over myself of using that social media. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
So I find out, social media, personally, and also from my research and what you personal experience you had, it is addictive. But what are the symptoms then? For example, you mentioned the symptom was that even that you went to see your mom, because you just want to reach the people in different country.
Yeah.
You couldn't communicate with your mom. You couldn't spend enough time with her. And that's quite one of the symptoms that I came across through my research. Any other symptoms? Because from our viewers, some people, they can see on themselves and if they have that similar symptom. we mentioned one of the symptoms that you said, and also mine as well. Well, Daidi, I don't know, would you like to add any?
I think they say that even it can create sleep disorder
Yeah.
because you're so long on your phone or on your tablet, whatever, and then you might even skip your sleep. So probably some sleep disorder.
Yeah, that's true, you know. Because, like, you know, like in the summer after I finished my exams in year 11, like, imagine I used to take my phone and I used to stay for, like, using it for the whole night, right? So then when school started, my sleeping pattern was just messed up. Like, imagine I would go to sleep like at 4 and I would have to wake up by 7. But then that was not, you know, I couldn't do that. So then I would wake up like at what, 12 or something. So I was like, yeah, telephone, you know.
I need to get rid of it.
Yeah.
But I even think the blue light that comes from your phone, especially when you it's dark
In a dark place.
and the phone light is like really bright. So I even think that has effect on your eyes.
Yeah.
So probably that has also negative
Another
effect on your eyes.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, and also we will come to it later on about the effects on our mental issue and that's the main concern now. I think a lot psychologists they talking about this, saying social media actually playing a big role on mental issue on our time, especially among the youth people, and youth and also the kids as well. So what does the effect to our mentals then? Does it cause any mental issue? As I said, if it does, what kind it will be? For example, through my research, it was the isolation, loneliness. People they have low self-esteem.
Definitely.
Because they get used to meeting people on the social media, so they don't have confidence to meet people in person.
That's true.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they cannot go outside and spend time and have a say or they cannot build a friendship outside their house in
A real
person.
A real one.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I think we kind of got used to it on using behind the door, meeting people. You feel confident and who you are. And also another issue as well that I came across, if you had that similar symptom, about Instagram. It says here about 28% people, they have low self-esteem because Instagram. Because with the beauty they see there, the models they see there, beautiful people, the actors, they want to be like them. So they end up hating themselves. That's what we built on mentally without even knowing it. Seeing all these people, rich people, they're having high lifestyle, and we want to be like them all of a sudden.
But you can also question like you can ask like, what do you get from social media? What do you get from Insta? What do you get if you have so many followers or following? What does it do to you? Because it can be like, you know, sometimes we feed on things that are unseen. And I had a conversation even with Tommy about certain things. And then it's like our soul needs also, you know, what they call like soul food. So there are things that we do that we need for our souls. So especially on social media, is concerning our soul. So when we find that social pleasure with a friend, or we are meeting new people, it gives a certain it gives you a certain feeling, it gives you a certain kick. And I believe even, I think you said it or somebody said it, that even when you get on social media about the addiction, that a certain chemical is released in your mind.
Yeah.
And that chemical is the same thing like if you are on drugs, or if you are on alcohol, or any other substantial addiction. So even though social media is not a drug, but actually it's a drug for your soul.
Yeah.
And that's why it makes it that you keep on going and going and going. Why? Because the chemical is released in your mind and it keeps on going, and you cannot have a break on it because the chemical is working in your brain. But my question is like, what do you get from social media? If you are on Instagram and you're putting up your profile picture and you're posting this picture, what does it do to you?
Yeah.
What is it?
Mhm.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you understand what it does to you, then you can determine like, okay, is it right or wrong? Because what I think is like, people go on. Okay, everyone have his own reasons why they get on social media, but I think it has to do also with you're feeding yourself and putting a certain image on that you like to people to see. So my question is like, what does it really feed to you? Is it feeding your confidence? Is it feeding your, like you said, your loneliness? What is it? What is it about social media that's like, wow, you know?
What are you using it
Yeah.
for, basically? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, for example, let's say posting pictures on social media. I came across this fact again. I think it's about 58 or 68% people that they give like on social media, on Instagram, is something they do it on a return of so what they can get. Does it make sense? So when they like a picture, they expect to like others to like their picture as well. So it's kind of pleasure that you get, or of when people like you or write comments, you feel like you want it, or you feel like worthy. So after a long time, what it does is, because you become dependent on that specific thing. So when you put picture, a lot of people as well, and again through my research, if they don't get enough likes, like they get used to it, they more likely to withdraw the picture, because they are not getting the same pleasure that the chemical, as you said earlier, that our brain release, that satisfy us, the same like drugs and other alcohols as well. So when they don't get the likes, they feel lonely, they feel isolated, their self-esteem goes down, so they become dependent, or we can say we become dependent on that specific thing. So we expect day by day social media affect how we live, how confident we are day by day, our happiness, our joy, and everything.
So it's a desire to be wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like they're basically asking for attention.
Yeah.
Because they're not receiving enough attention in the place where they live, so probably at home or anything. So they post their pictures looking for attention. You know, I also see it in my school. You know, people will literally change their own identity to be someone else so that they can be liked by someone else. And that's what social media do to you.
Yeah.
You know?
I think you could even buy likes on Instagram.
Buy likes, yeah.
Imagine, that's how deep it's like, yo.
Yeah.
Just
That's
buy.
Yeah. So we don't realize how much it's affecting us.
Yeah.
That's quite scary as well, because
But
especially
Insta knows.
Huh?
Insta knows.
Instagram,
You
they
need
do
likes.
that.
Okay, let me give you likes.
They do not. They are designed to be like this. They're highly calculation behind mathematics, whatever you call
Algorithm,
it,
yeah.
behind this. And even what they're doing now is, if you trace it, before we never used to get notification on if someone like your picture or someone do this. Now even if you sign out, you get email that says someone liked your picture or someone commented, because they want to get you back. They know how to control people. But now we have to be wise, I would say. I don't want to leave that. I don't want to come out of track of this topic, but we might discuss about this in next time a bit wider as well. Okay. So what could be the results then? For example, if you say if someone is addicted, what could be the results could be?
Of social media.
Yeah,
Addicted.
the addiction result. For example, you mentioned earlier, one of the results was you even went to your mom, you couldn't communicate with her.
You
So
are antisocial.
Yeah, man, that was me. But
You are social but antisocial.
yeah, but now everyone knows me. I'm a social person, so. You know.
I don't know what to say. In mine, to begin with, by the way, I'm married. Just making it.
Making it clear out there. Make sure no girls, okay?
Nobody hitting DMs. and stuff.
What it was doing is, I was going home, finished from work. At that time I was working, I wasn't studying. Going home and instead spending time with my wife, just because I didn't have time, or I wasn't allowed to use my phone at work. So when I go home, I'm on my phone until we just sleep, and you know what I mean, using it till late night. So that caused an issue with my relationship that I had with my wife, and what we had to come to a conclusion though, and no phone allowed here when you come home. So you can only use your phone for certain amount. When we go into bed around after 11 o'clock, you have to go to bed, not using phone. And also the other thing we did is to just put on flight mode. No phone calls after that as well.
Man,
Not just social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that helped me to cut off social media. And also now, I don't even have that desire. I deleted my Facebook and I deleted my Instagram. I don't have Snapchat. But that simple
Deleted or
step.
deactivated.
No, just deleted it.
Fully. So now
Fully
if I
on.
check your phone, nothing in there.
I don't have.
Shahada.
That's it. But one step at a time. Do you know what I mean? So affecting my relationship with my wife at that time, and it was affecting your relationship with your
Mom,
mom,
yeah.
and also it can affect about social life as well. Would you like to say something about it?
About socializing.
Like you said, like, you know, they call it social media, but actually it's anti-social, because real life is not real life. What you do on, okay, maybe you post some pictures from your real life, but how do you react when you meet new people physically? Because that's going to create, like, how am I going to talk to you? Am I going to approach you? What I'm going to say? All of that is like you are developing yourself. But on social media, it's just behind the computer. You can text whatever you like, and there's no physical what do you call it? Physical
Interaction.
Interaction. So that's important, because in real life, you have to know how to interact with people. You have to understand
me.
how
Preach.
how people react to what you have to say, and how you say it to other people. So it's very important to interact with physical people that you see face to face, and not just on the screen and then press like or press a heart or whatever.
Do we call that like confidence then? Would that
Yeah.
something to do with confidence?
Of course. I mean, like, if you're going to approach someone, you have to have
Confidence. Yeah.
If you don't have any confidence, then
Yeah.
probably you're not going to approach the person. Yeah.
And social media does affect our confidence.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, even with the people that we see on social media, the highly profile people, they struggle with self-esteem behind the bar. Behind the door, because we see them. They seem confident on social media, but in their private life, they struggle a lot, because they become dependent on the comments, everything they get from social
That's
media.
crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, like, you're a superstar and still.
I think
Yeah.
they're putting a mask though. Like, you know how people like put masks in movies and then they take it on another person? They actually literally like that. Because, like, you know, on social media, like, they are one person, but then in real life, they are another one. So, like, you know how now you were speaking about confidence. You know, I know certain people that, like, you know, on social media, they're boasting up themselves, they're gassing up themselves, saying, yo, I'm confident out here, everything, all that. But, like, even speaking, like, about, you know, any type of, like, relationship or friendships, like, that person that is, like, they're saying, oh, this would never be the person that would be
Image.
the first move you get it. So, like, example, if, like, there's a new person in church or, like, in school and anything, they wouldn't be the person that would just go to the person, approach, and, like, you know, getting to know each other. And, like, you know, we're kind of being swallowed by social media. And once it swallows you, it will be a problem for you, especially, you know, after when you grow up, when you have work and everything, when, you know, you will go for interviews, you won't be able to have communication skills, because that's one of the main ones, you know, interacting with people. That's what, like, you know, nowadays people ask for at interviews, because, like, you know, if you're not good at interacting with people, then it will be less likely that you will get into the job.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, with my friends, with my family, it's not like, you know, I'm getting gassed up or anything. I'm known as the chatty one. And to be honest,
Yeah,
if
I
have to-
admit that as well.
We know that. We know that.
Yeah,
to be
I
honest,
admit that.
yeah, of course. But to be honest, I see as a blessing. Not gonna lie. Even happening times learning. But I can't. You know, I can't stop it. While I have exam the hargele Tim the like class comes like you know when it's silent. You get what I mean? So you know, it's I see it as a blessing because you know, being socializing, socializing with other people with no matter what age, if they're little or if they're older, it's a good thing, you know, in life.
Innit?
'Cause- Yeah, and
It helps us.
It
You know.
help you, yeah.
The more you interact with people, I think the more. Especially, I was struggling with when I came to this country first because lack of communication, language. I was confident to speak with my fellow friends at school through social media. I can type to them, I can talk to them for hours. But when I see them,
Tim.
because I was addicted to social media. So I felt confident behind the computer, but not in person, until I realized that something needs to be done.
How can you stop this though?
How can I stop? Okay, we're gonna talk to the
Okay.
to the
My bad,
final
apologize.
question. I was gonna about to go anyway, and from personal experience, if I'm going to talk about what do we need to do to stop this, the first step I would say, even this is a psychologist suggest that we need to admit that we are we need to admit
Addicted.
that we're addicted.
Yeah, true.
That we need help.
That's the
At
first
that, the first thing. If you don't admit it, you're not gonna take the second step. Am I right?
Yeah.
So we need to understand first that we are in a situation that we become addicted to social media, and then we need help. There is many helps as well through supports that the rehabs that they provide in this country.
Rehabs.
Yeah.
Is that how deep rehab?
It is, yeah.
My guy, have you broke your leg or something?
Well,
What
they
was
do-
rehab, you know?
This is with the highest one. What they do, and they call you first for the phone chat, or you can speak to them,
What is it?
and then they see your level. If they think
What
that
they
you
call
are
it?
the higher level, they take all the social media, for example, materials like a phone and everything, and they have to put it somewhere.
Like in a room or something.
No, you go like they have a place, their own place, like a drug addiction
Okay.
people. And then-
Social media rehab.
yeah, social media rehab.
That's deep, fam. Mad.
The thing is, they say it is more hard to cure someone social media addicted than alcohol and cigarette.
What?
Welcome to 2020, lads.
That's mad. That's
Welcome to
That's a crazy.
2020.
That's mad.
We don't know that though, because the more you dig about it, the more you can find out.
But do they have a name for that? That disease is called.
What
something?
disease?
I don't know.
My guy, you already got coronavirus.
Listen,
I was talking about
they
disease.
they have to have a name for it or whatever. I don't know.
Probably they do have like social media, but they call social media addiction like they call it alcohol addiction or drug addiction.
Man.
But there are different brands of charity that runs by this country as well. And also there is Sarcast. Is it Sarcast they called?
What is it?
The people that they give support for the phone and they support.
You support the people.
Yeah,
that
the counseling people. Yeah, they counsel
they
people.
counsel people.
There are specialist people about this. That there are free calls that you can call. You can.
Is it the millennial disease? Or
Angus millennial disease, you know.
It's quite highest number. It's 250 million
200.
worldwide people addicted to social media. 250 million, and then I think about 70-something% from this one are youth. It's the highest number.
Yeah,
I
of
might
course
be
it will
wrong,
be
but
youth, yeah.
the highest number is among the youth.
Mad.
So we are living in a country that have available all these materials as well. So this country must be one of the highest one that you can find addicted people.
Oh, you mean UK?
Yeah, the UK, or the whole Europe probably would say, and yeah. So anything you suggest how you stop your addiction, and what did you need to do?
Mommy
Wow.
help me out.
Well, can I get you So, you know,
Can we talk together?
yeah, you know, but you know, before everything, حقيقة لكم something that really helped me with social media. إرترا مخيات. You know إرترا مسكين technology دي. قالت يلا كويسة يا. بقولوا ما عندك عشان ما تنقول سقالتي كويسة ترى.
That's a good social life.
Yeah, that's
I miss that life, you know.
Yeah,
Go
I
back
love
to the
it.
motherland.
Yeah, motherland fam.
I miss, but not everyone can afford it. You know what I mean? I
What,
can't
to go
afford it now
Eritrea?
to go, so I can't afford it to go there. So, what steps can we take here, though? For example, going to Eritrea, I think because it's not because you going to Eritrea helps you, but you cannot get access to this stuff.
To the technology, yeah.
So you wouldn't use your phone or Wi-Fi or whatever, and then you can do it here as well.
Yeah, but the only
It's
thing that
harder,
here is harder because there is completely like there's nothing.
Even if you look for it,
Yeah,
there's no.
like even if you pay money, you go to the internet shops and everything, nothing is there.
Yeah.
But here, listen, even if your mom hides your phone or if she hides the
You find
internet
it.
password or anything, you could go to your best friend's house and say, listen, yo, boss me your internet password, I need it. So then jump in and you start
He
using
knows
it.
from
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah. So
No, what?
Tommy, let's say then. That's why أنا خمي لما جمرتها. The first step you need to take is you need to find out that you are addicted.
So admit it, basically.
You have to admit to yourself. And then the first step has to be to take step what you need to take forever, whatever it is. And then one of these things that I had to do is sign out first. Sign out didn't work for me because I could log in back,
Yeah.
but I had to delete everything. So it doesn't work for everyone, but it did work for me.
Yeah.
And yeah, it did work. Now even if I have social media, Facebook, I cannot get back to it. I cannot check it as much as I used to do. You know what I mean? So I would say my suggestion from my personal experience would be you have to admit that you need help first. You are addicted. And the second thing will be get rid the stuff, the mobile phone, delete the apps and delete the accounts if you can. If you cannot, you can just sign out and delete the app, I would say, and that will help. And also set a goal day by day. One of the goals that I set was I'm not gonna charge my phone. No, I have to go to bed with my phone 70%. So if I charge it in the morning, say if I'm using social media, it probably drain the battery.
Yeah,
But I had to set a goal saying 70% I have to go to bed.
I think that I would never. I don't think
You
I
would
can
never do that.
No.
Okay.
70.
It did work with Samsung. It works. Okay.
Oh, come on, man. Man said Samsung. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did work. So if you set certain goals, but if you cannot do with these ones, you probably seek some help, I would say, and some advice. It could be from church counseling, some elders you can ask. There are specialist people about this as well online. The free access to them. There is phone calls and everything. And anything else you would like to say from your
It's a lot good better.
Man, first go to
yes.
Man, first go to Oh, man. Yeah, you need some of that, man. So let's go back.
You did some extra grace.
Yeah.
Yeah, prayer because sometimes it could be we get weaker sometimes, you know, so we need some help, prayer, and the presence of the Holy Spirit.
True.
All this, otherwise, with our strengths, we cannot do it. I'll give you a chance because our time is running out. I'll give you some chance to, if you would like to pass some message to our viewers.
You got anything, brother? Nothing.
I would leave it up to you.
Well, listen, yo, you see, this was our first time, making a video, so I hope that you liked it, you enjoyed it. You see, as we spoke about it, all of us been through about, things. So, as he said, as our brother said, first you have to admit it, that, you're addicted to it. So that's how then, your life is going to change. Mm-hmm. But, I also believe that, by the presence of Christ next to you, trust me, you might think that, nah, I got to have my phone 24/7 and everything. But, especially to the youth out there, I would recommend to everyone to start reading your Bible, spend time more with God. And trust me, then you see, one thing that I would like to add about, social media is that sometimes people go on social media because they're looking for peace and happiness, but they cannot find it. They can't find the happiness, so, you know, to be satisfied, they, you know, they just go on it 24/7 looking for it. So the only, you know, thing, the only person that can fulfill that gap that you have between is God and the words of God. So, you know, I hope that you enjoyed our video, and I hope that, you know,
Subscribe.
you liked it. Subscribe. Make sure you press the make sure you subscribe and put a like, and, you know, all love to everyone, and God bless you, and have a beautiful week.
Thank you.
From
very much.
Rev Thomas.
Rev Thomas, come on, man. That's me.
Okay. كبرات تعزبتي First Love Channel and لما عنتي مس منساتنا حاول هون فايد هون منسات بزعبا نايتي social media addiction بزعبا لإننا تزاري بناينا. I hope it was helpful and نبزحات وين كم تكمنا أمن. Please comment, share, because comment ناتكم زخونة متابعي زخونة suggestion هلكم زخونة نحنا متأي كمي كنقبر كم دلنا because this was our first video and زعبا زخونة specific topic انت لو ان من اسهات تغاميز والكم that we need to discuss about. Please feel free message كتصحفوا لنا ويكاني أبتناي comment below كتقبروا لنا. Please subscribe and like. Bye for now.